Good morning. If I could ask everybody to just take a seat. So this room is where we meet every Thursday morning. There's a group of about 25 Rotarians from Wyckoff and Midland Park, and we've been meeting here, I don't know, decades at this point in time. The club was founded in 1959, and we come together and celebrate each Thursday the opportunity to give back to the community. The motto for Rotary is service above self, and I've been incredibly blessed to have the opportunity to share that with so many wonderful people. Being a Midland Park resident, I never would have had the opportunity to meet all of these wonderful people from Wyckoff. So it's been a blessing for me, and the reason I mention 7:30 every Thursday is because each one of you can be our guest anytime. We would welcome you with open arms. We'd love for you to become more engaged with Rotary, and we hope to see at least one of you again at some point in time. At this point in time, I'm going to ask Mr. Madigan, Tom Madigan, to come up and have an opening prayer. We're going to go through the meeting today as we would a normal meeting, so you'll get a sense for exactly what we do. The gentleman behind the camera is Peter Brannigan. He is broadcasting this live via Facebook and YouTube today, so everybody smile.
Okay, I'd ask everybody to please stand. And then after the prayer, please remain standing. We're going to do the Pledge of Allegiance. All right, so please bow our heads. Lord, we are gathered here today as Rotarians, students, parents, administrators, Interact advisors, and friends. We're here to celebrate the achievements of our 2021 Rotary Scholarship winners. As Rotarians, we live day by day and are reminded of our motto, service above self. These young men and women have demonstrated their commitment to their school and community, and may they continue on this journey. We thank you, Lord, for these special parents who have set an example and are so proud of their student. As these students begin another chapter in their lives this fall at college, we ask you to watch over them, keep them safe, and focused on their studies and college life. We are grateful for the wonderful communities of Midland Park and Wyckoff, and we thank you for this breakfast and our ability as Rotarians to give back to our youth and enjoy this fellowship this morning. Amen. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Great job, Tom. Thanks so much. So as Tom mentioned, we do have some special guests with us today. We're thrilled as an organization to be able to support the youth of our communities through a variety of programs. Most importantly for us is trying to develop young adults who will, once they become more active in their communities, to give back. And so we support the React Club at Eisenhower, which is the middle school, the Interact clubs at both Ramapo and Midland Park High School, which tend to be some of the larger organizations within the school systems. And then we also sponsor a Rotaract Club, which is young adults 18 to 30, and that's a very active club as well. We also sponsor the Venture Scouts, which is 18-year-olds and older Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts. So we are part of a much larger global enterprise, 1.2 million Rotarians. But the beauty of Rotary is that it's implemented at the local level. And our particular focus is primarily on youth. And so you may have heard us talk about the Gift of Life program. You may have heard us talk about RILA in the past, which is Rotary Youth Leadership Awards. And we're going to have individuals from our club come up today and discuss each of those briefly to give you a better feel for exactly how we're giving back to the community and what we're trying to accomplish. At this point in our meeting, we would normally have something called Happy Dollars. And any member of the club can stand and talk about why they're happy. And usually it's $1. Every once in a while, somebody's ecstatic and they throw $5 in. But if anybody is happy and wants to just mention that this morning, please stand up, give us your name, and tell us why you're happy. And we'll find you for the collection basket. Emmy.
Actually, I'm very happy. I just went outside and I found $2.
Wow.
One for the little park and one for the White House School. Indian High School. But I'm going to give $1 more for Indian High School. Excited to see everybody. This is a really pleasure for Rotarians to see all those young people. We are so proud of you. I think all of you go to choose whatever you like as school. You have very successful paths behind you. I wish you good luck and the best to everybody. Thank you.
Thanks, Emmy. Anybody else happy this morning who didn't even find $2? Thank you, Nancy. Ken.
Congratulations to all the graduates, and we also have 2 graduates from preschool. Big deal now today. Thank you.
By the way, Ken and Carol Norman. So Ken has been a Rotarian for more than 50 years with this club. I mean, he and his wife are extraordinary people. The flowers on the table are courtesy of them and their business. So thank you, Ken and Carol. Anybody else want to share why they're happy this morning? Don't be shy. Yes, Joe. Yep. So true. Okay. Well, we got to know Nancy. Nancy DeRitter is the Midland Park High School Interact Advisor. She does an incredible job, just as her compatriots in Ramapo and Indian Hills do as well. But we also have some other special guests with us today. None more important, of course, than all of the recipients of the scholarship. So if I can ask you all to just stand and be acknowledged right now. There'll be more of a ceremony in a little while. What you had to overcome in the last year and a half are just extraordinary circumstances, and based on what I was able to see in your applications, you just did a phenomenal job. And so you're really a testament to working hard, staying passionate about school, but also, obviously, the support you've gotten from your families and friends has been extraordinary as well. But congratulations to each of you, and we'll recognize each of you individually in a little bit. But I'm also happy to invite Travis Smith, Ramapo principal, to stand and be acknowledged. We have Indian Hills principal Greg Vaca. And Midland Park High School principal Nick Capuana. At this point, I would encourage each of you to get up and have some breakfast, and we'll restart in just a couple of minutes. Thank you very much. While everybody else is getting their food, I just wanted to take a moment to just mention that this organization has its roots dating back to 1915. And no, for the young people in the room, I was not there at that first meeting. Thank you very much. It's really extraordinary to think that 5 people coming together in 1915 can create an organization that has endured this long, that now has 1.2 million people involved, and equally important, has Rotary clubs in over 200 countries. For the people from Midland Park who may have heard me mention this the other night, I apologize for repeating myself, but what I really find fascinating is that as a Rotarian, I will be welcomed at any club around the world with open arms. So you never feel alone when you visit a city here in the United States, or if you visit a country and they have a Rotary club, you are a welcomed guest at any point in time. The other thing that's extraordinary is that, as I mentioned before, we operate at the local level, but we also have a Rotary International that sits on top. And they have taken on the task of eradicating polio. And when they first started taking this on in the 1980s, polio was found in a number of continents and a number of countries. Well, today I'm happy to report that polio is only found in 3 countries around the world. And the cases each year, fortunately, are less than 100. Which is really amazing given where we were in the 1950s with that disease. Another one is we take on education. We also take on clean water projects. In fact, our little club here in Wyckoff and Midland Park has engaged in 2 water projects over in Nigeria. We have helped put in wells and holding tanks that now serve almost 60,000 people in those 2 communities that until recently had no clean water. I mean, we are fortunate today on the table to have pitchers of water and glasses available to us. Can you imagine waking up in the morning and knowing you have to walk 3 to 5 miles each way just to be able to get a clean glass of water, which we take for take for granted? So it's these types of things. It's projects that we do locally, and it's projects that we can have far reach for. You may recall in November last year that the poor country of Nicaragua was struck twice by hurricanes within 2 weeks. We reached out to the Rotary Club in Nicaragua, found out what they were trying to do in terms of relief, and we were able to raise over $4,000 here to help purchase seed that would help over 100 families in Nicaragua replant. And then each family was committed to giving back 100 pounds of seeds that they ended up growing. So it's really incredible what a small collection of people here in Bergen County can accomplish worldwide. So whether we're trying to bring clean water to Nicaragua, or to Nigeria, or hurricane relief to Nicaragua, or a school down in Juarez, Mexico that we sponsor, it really, for me personally, is so fulfilling. And so if you're not familiar with Rotary, and you do have it open Thursday morning at 7:30, and you want a nice breakfast at the Brick House, we would encourage you to come and just try us out. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. We grow on you guys. So with that, I would love to have Peter Brannigan come up. One of the hallmarks of our club is the Gift of Life program. And Peter's going to take a couple of minutes just to introduce you to that subject.
And before we do, we just want to say thank you to Aldo for all the food. And this is our first time back here, as you heard. And we just want to thank Aldo and his staff for coming so early this morning. So thanks for that. We just want to talk a few minutes about the Gift of Life. And excuse the accent, I'm sorry. Hopefully you can get most of it. So Gift of Life is actually heart operations that this district has done. It has actually done hundreds and hundreds of operations. I think it's about 1,200. Our club has sponsored 14. And what it is we bring a child or a young adult from another country where they have a limited lifespan. Almost certainly they're going to die probably by 10, 15, 20 years old at the most if they don't get surgery. So we bring them into the US, and we arrange a lot. Being Rotarians, we're like catalysts to make things happen. So what we do is we negotiate with the hospitals to only pay $6,000. I personally see some of the bills are sometimes $400,000, $500,000. We only pay $6,000. The surgeon gives his time for free, and a lot of them do a lot of surgeries. So they donate their time. The hospital just charges for the medicines, about $6,000. Rotary families, ourselves, our members, we host the family for a month, 2 months, 3 months. And we've done 14 of these in the last number of years. So the Platex, who are just moved down south, but are still an honorary member here at the moment, they did hosted 14 families. Tom Madigan hosted 4 families. And we ourselves run our 3rd family. We're getting a child to my hands. You've probably seen, hopefully, on social media. Help Us Help Hands. And we have a GoFundMe if you want to look that up and donate. We're very close to our $5,000 goal to kind of fund his trip. But he's coming to our family tomorrow night for a week. He's with the Klingons, Bob and Charlene Klingon at the moment. And then we get him for a week. And then he just was discharged a few days ago from hospital. So he was operated last Wednesday in the Cohen's Medical Center in Long Island by a Dr. Meyer. And I don't want to tell a story too much, but the last time he came in, it was determined that it was too dangerous and he was too risky and we couldn't operate and we had to send him home. That was the theory. But a second surgeon looked at it in Long Island. He said, I can do the operation, but it'll take 2 of them, and I'll commit to doing the second operation in a few years' time. So he called us a few months ago, and there's a lot of challenges getting this. I won't go into the details, but we had to get oxygen tanks for the flight. Because no airline would take him because of his oxygen levels. Anyway, yesterday I have a video posted on social media, please like it and follow it, of him playing in the maracas in the hospital with a guitarist that entertains the kids that are operated on. So go enjoy the video, and if you feel like donating, that'd be great. Because that's the best way to help us, is actually to like our stuff on social media. And if you can donate a few dollars, that's great. But especially get the word out so other people in your network can help all the great work we do. So Gift of Life is our favorite program. It makes it very real. We have an impact on a life. You can see the child. He's actually going to be here next Thursday. If somebody wants to come back, we're going to have him at the meeting next Thursday. And he's doing great at the moment and recovering great. So that's Gift of Life, my favorite thing in Rotary.
Thank you, Peter. I saw Hans last night. You would not believe that this young man had open heart surgery just a week ago. He was bouncing all along this deck that we were outside at. He just looks incredible. The science is just amazing, isn't it? I mean, it's just absolutely amazing. But we do have a sad note to share with you related to the Gift of Life. I don't know how many of you may recall that about a week and a half ago there was a glider accident up in Wurtsboro, New York, in which a 64-year-old man passed away. Well, unfortunately, that 64-year-old was our guardian angel. He was Dr. Con Wynn, who performed over 300 of the 1,200 surgeries that we had for the Gift of Life recipients. There will be a memorial for him on Saturday in Tenafly, and there will be some extraordinary things done by both St. Joe's and Westchester Memorial to recognize his amazing contribution, and we here at our club have already discussed doing something special for him. So I'd like to just take a brief moment of silence to just acknowledge his gifts, his generosity, his spirit for life, and everything he's meant for our Gift of Life program. Thank you. At this point, I'd like to bring up Ray. Oh, you know what? Before I do that, would all the Rotarians in the room please stand, please? You should be acknowledged. The one thing that you'll recognize by each of these individuals as they stand is that they are mature in age. So we could use a little bit more youth to support all of our programs. You know, they are extraordinary. They've been engaged for many years, but occasionally people decide to move out of the area, and so as each one of our Rotarian colleagues and friends departs, we lose a little bit of energy. And so I would encourage you, especially the young people, to get involved as you go off to college and you are looking for something to do on campus, most colleges have Rotary clubs. And the good news is if they don't, you can start one. And if you start one, we'll support you, I promise. So don't hesitate to come back. If you don't have a club, if you have a club, come back and tell us all about it. But please get involved. We can certainly use you to continue our mission of service above self. Ray, if I could ask you to come up to the podium. Ray's going to speak to us about a couple of programs.
Thank you, Russ. Good morning, everyone. So in the last year plus, we've had a problem, of course, with COVID, and it cut dramatically into our fundraising capability. We had some of the big events we had was the triathlon in conjunction with the YMCA in town. And also we had the beefsteak dinner was canceled, so left us with a shortfall for programs like yours, all right? And so we implemented a few other things, and we're going forward with those, even though some of these other ones are going to hopefully come back soon. The beefsteak dinner is on for this year later on, and so that should be a big plus. But excuse me. So one of the things we do is we have a restaurant of the week, and now we've done it for about a year. It was a well-kept secret. It was really mostly for in the club, and we joined forces with the Ridgewood Club also, Rotary Club. And we had some very, very good restaurants, and we raised some nice money. Examples, some of the restaurants we had was Three Cheekers, Veneras, The Barn, Blue Moon, It's Greek to Me, Fina's, The Pearl. We also had a couple retail organizations help us out. Abmas and Kilwins, not quite, they not quite restaurants, but they were good to us. So we would go there, we'd buy, and they'd buy something and give us a percentage of whatever we bought, okay? So this Tuesday night is Arturo's, so if anyone would like to go, you have to mention you with the Rotary, and they will donate money back to us. So, and if as we get into it, Gina's going to talk about our IT program, how we get word out to you. If you could, everybody could sign up for that, which she will talk about, and follow us, and then help go to these restaurants and other things that support us. All right, and then we can continue doing this type of work. Okay, thank you.
Yep, thanks, Ray. So as Ray mentioned, not only our organization, but obviously a lot of organizations were handicapped because of COVID-19 and the restrictions placed on us to do events. But several members of our club came together and came up with just an extraordinary fundraising activity that we started late last year. And I'd just like to bring Karen up to the microphone to explain what it was that we did last year and what we hope to do in grander fashion this year.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Karen Patton, and I'm a relatively new Rotarian. I joined the club last year. In COVID, I actually last year had a daughter graduate from IHA and was a Rotary Scholarship Award recipient, but there was no breakfast. And I have a son who is finishing sophomore year at Ramapo, and we live here in town. As Russ mentioned, last year, 3 of us came together with an idea to kind of bridge the fundraising gap in a really challenging time for our communities, and we came up with a luminary fundraiser for New Year's Eve, which was called Light Up the Night. It was entirely grassroots. We grew as we learned and sold kits. We ended up getting very lucky with a social media post gone viral through Ridgewood and sold 1,800 kits of 10 lights each. And the streets of Wyckoff, Ridgewood, Midland Park were lit up on New Year's Eve with 18,000 luminary bags filled with sand and candles, kind of signaling hope for a new year. After covering our costs, we netted $25,000, which we donated to the West Bergen Mental Health, the Wyckoff Love Fund, and the Midland Park Love Fund. I think I'm forgetting an organization or two in there, but $25,000 back to charity every dollar we raised. So this year, we are partnering with the Ridgewood Rotary Club. I'm the co-chair representing our club here, and our goal is to triple what we did last year and sell 5,400 kits and really make it spectacular in these same towns. So you will be hard-pressed to miss it on social media this year. Really encourage you to light up your streets, get your neighbors involved. Just imagine what we could do with $75,000 to donate to local charities and really light up our communities as we enter a new year. So thank you.
Thank you, Karen. And Karen is an example of somebody coming into our club with a fresh perspective, a lot of energy, and she's just done an extraordinary job. So thank you, Karen. At this point, I'd like to bring John Adams up, who's going to mention the RILA program. It's another example of how we support the youth in our communities. Thanks, John.
Good morning, everyone. My name's John Adams. I've been part of Rotary for almost 14 years, and I've been primarily working with the youth programs. And I got a whole host of them that we got going on here, but I'm going to mention just one. And some of our seniors might know about this program, but it's our leadership program for juniors in high school. And this is called RILA. It's the Rotary Youth Leadership Award. And anyways, I found a little history about it. About 25 years ago, there was a Rotarian from our Patterson, New Jersey club that went to a district in California and saw this great program called RILA. This is, as I say, it's 25 years ago. And now, 24 years in running, we've been having this youth leadership program where we bring about 100 kids from all over northern New Jersey together. And it was together, actually, back then. This year's a little different, but the thing is the whole goal was to get our high school students that are at a very important point in their high school career where they're getting ready to do a big senior year and all the rest, but to really bring in the whole idea of leadership and what's possible. And this is a very unique program, and it really empowers the students to think much broader than just what they thought could be done. They really are empowered to do great things through this leadership program, and so we're very proud to support this over the years. Our club's been a big supporter of it. You know, we usually send about 12 kids. Unfortunately, it cuts back to 6, which is okay, and this year it's virtual. We hope never to have to do that again. I'm sure we're going to do some great things in virtual, but the whole thing is bringing the kids together, doing lots of hands-on activities. Team building is huge there, but it's something we give this as a gift. It's not inexpensive. About $500 a student it costs, but we give, as I say, every year about 12 of these out to students from our high schools, juniors to juniors. So anyways, got lots of great programs. If you want some more information, I got a little bit if you'd like to take it with you. Here you go, Russ.
Thank you, John. And the goal of RILA is pretty straightforward. We send some extraordinary children off to these programs, and we hope they're going to bring these ideas back to their Interact clubs, back to their schools, and really encourage their fellow students to take advantage of the new knowledge that they've gained. At this point, I'd love to bring Gina up. Gina is another example of a new member who has brought another skill set to us. As you can imagine, with a group of more mature individuals, social media is beyond our ability. Just straight out beyond our ability. So thank God for somebody young like Gina coming in with just amazing talent in this area, and she's going to talk about our effort. Thanks, Gina.
Good morning, everybody. And I appreciate being called young because I'm getting a lot of ma'ams lately, and I sold a love seat to a lovely young lady who just got her first apartment, and she said I was such a nice, sweet lady. So I appreciate that. Thank you. Yes, thank you. So welcome, everybody, and I am so happy to be here. This is my first in-person event with Rotary. I started attending meetings online probably about 2 or 3 months ago, and I actually was drawn to Rotary because I used to be one of the students. I grew up in Wyckoff. I went to Eisenhower. I went to Ramapo. I was very involved in the Eisenhower Rotary Club, very involved in the Ramapo Rotary Club, continued my dedication to service through college, law school. If anyone's thinking of going to law school, yeah, do it, but just talk to me, okay? If you don't have someone in your family to talk to. I won't say don't do it, but find a mentor. So now I'm very happy. I've moved back to town. I have my business in town, and it was time to bring service back into my life. So I found Rotary. I attended my first couple of meetings and just found it to be such an incredibly welcoming, amazing group of people, very like-minded in giving back to the community, the state, the country, the world, and I'm very happy to be here. Now, I know you all have phones. Take them out. I want you all to follow. I'm giving you permission to take them out. I want you all to follow Wyckoff Midland Park Rotary on Instagram and on Facebook. This is where you're going to get your information about everything that we're doing in town, all of our fundraisers, all of our community events. I've been posting in the different Facebook groups and things like that, and I've been getting nice little love notes that I'm posting too much. So if you want the most up-to-date information, please follow us, please share, like our posts. That's one of the biggest non-monetary ways that you can support our group that is giving back and supporting your families and your students. And we can't appreciate it enough. We are, as you said, we have a lot of the community initiatives. We're supporting local business with our restaurant fundraisers and our retail fundraisers. Those are all posted on our Instagram and our Facebook pages. So if you follow, you'll get the alerts every week and see where those are. And I've found it's a really nice excuse to remind me that maybe once a week I don't have to cook. And I can go and get some nice takeout or go out to eat. So please make sure, follow us, interact with us online. If you have any pictures from today, we would love for you to post them and tag us in those pictures as well. If anybody is thinking of attending a meeting, please don't hesitate. Like I said, it's really one of the most welcoming groups that I have attended a meeting for in quite some time, and we'd love to have you. So thank you.
Thank you, Gina. As I said, having both Karen and Gina join us recently during a period of great uncertainty has been so welcoming. They've been just extraordinary in terms of bringing a unique perspective, and we thank them for their efforts, as well as everybody else who's been a member of the club for not maybe quite as long as Ken, who's now, how many years, Ken? 53? 4? 57. Wow. I wish I could say that's as long as I've been born, but I'd be lying. So with that, you're welcome to go up for seconds, thirds, fourths if you already filled yourself a few times. And we're going to then have the students introduced. Gordon Stanley's going to take over. He is the chairman of our scholarship committee. He and his team do an extraordinary job. I also want to mention that one of the members of his staff, Robin Martin, is here. Robin, where are you? Please stand. I know the students know who she is because she's the one that sets up all the meetings. She's the one that had copied all the applications, made sure that we were where we needed to be at the right time. And so thank you for your effort. You do a great job each year, so we couldn't do it without you, so thank you. With that, please just take 5 minutes, get coffee, get some more to eat, and we'll start the program with Gordon shortly. Thank you. At this point, I'd like to introduce Gordon Stanley, and we're going to start with the presentation of the scholarships. Thank you.
Good morning, everybody. And now it's time to get to the program of why we're actually here. And we want to honor the scholarship award recipients. And I also want to just mention Robin. Thank you very much for doing this. She, as these applications come in, she puts them all on a big Excel spreadsheet and all those kind of things that I have no idea how she does that. But anyway, it makes it very easy. So thanks again to Robin for that. My team this year was Fred Farsi, who's over there, Tom Madigan, and myself, and we interviewed all the candidates, and I'll tell you, you have some outstanding kids and students. I can tell the principals that are here, perhaps, and what does it take to make an outstanding kid, and parents, grandparents, guardians, friends, and they all did a great job, and these were just a great group of kids. So we want to honor you, and I got a kick out of it before. They talked about how things have changed, and I actually also attended a graduation of my 5-year-old grandson's from a graduation from preschool. Mortar cap or whatever it is, the hat, I mean everything. I just couldn't believe it. The big production. And the world has just begun for this kid, you know. So, I mean, it's how I've seen it change through the years. So, anyway, we want to start out with, I'm going to ask you to come forward, and some of you are going to line up on one side or another. Just to warn you, when everybody's up here, and I've given them their certificates and their envelope, that I'm going to ask you to give a 1-minute recap of your name, where you went to school, and where you plan to go to school in the future, and why, and maybe throw in some human interest things. So that would be great. The only person who is a award recipient that could not be here today, her name is Kristen Ganelli, and she's a graduate of Eastern Christian High School and a resident of Wyckoff, and they graduated last week. So anyway, they're off on a family vacation already. So anyway, so we will honor her when she comes back. Okay. I'm going to do it by school, and we're going to start out with, looking for my glasses, and they're right here. By the high school, and we're going to start it with Carson Alnor from Indian Hills. Thank you very much. There you go. Natalie Ambrose. Hi, Natalie, how are you? Grace O'Brien. There we go. Jake O'Brien. Next, from Midland Park High School, is Chiara Brenna. You don't have to run. Okay. Emma Duma. Catherine Martin. Jennifer Ullman. I guess you all decided to sit at the same table. Okay, there you go.
Thank you.
Samantha Padavano. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Gabriella Rosert. Congratulations. Nicole Sturr. Noah Van Vliet. Congratulations, Noah. From Ramapo, Matthew Kahn. Natalie Fortunato. Congratulations. Stephanie Calagravo. Drew McNamara. Congratulations, Drew. Daniel Murphy. Congratulations. Ryan Murphy. Congratulations. Eva Pervin. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Okay. I'm going to start down at this end, so you're the lucky guy. Okay.
I got you.
Go for it.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Carson Alnor. I'm from Indian Hills High School. I'm going to Florida State next year and happen to be moving to Florida in less than 2 weeks now. My plan at Florida State is to major in sports management and to study abroad along the way and then to get my master's degree in it. I hope to eventually work within the PGA, hopefully in their community service and just outreach program to help with veterans and children to get them more involved in sports and in golf specifically.
Hi, I'm Natalie Ambrose. I go to Indian Hills, and I'm going to University of Vermont next year. I'm in the Honors College, and I'm majoring in nursing, and I'm probably going to go to medical school.
Hello, everybody. My name is Grace O'Brien. I go to Indian Hills. Next year, I'm going to Loyola University, Maryland, and I'm majoring in elementary education with a minor in special ed in hopes of becoming a teacher.
Hi, I'm Jake O'Brien. I go to Indian Hills, and next year I'll be going to Stonehill College. We have an alumni in the midst of us, Tom Manigan. I plan on majoring in neuroscience and hope to go to medical school as well.
Hello, my name is Kiara Brenna. I plan to, from Millen Park. I plan to go to Kane University and major in honors STEM mathematics teacher's education to become a teacher. There I plan to play volleyball for all 4 years.
Hi, I'm Emma Duma from Midland Park, and I'm going to Providence College next year, where I'll study to become a nurse, and I'm also going to be on the softball team there.
Hi, I'm Catherine Martin. I'm from Midland Park, and I'm going to Fordham University to study business and hopefully work in fashion one day.
my name's Jennifer Ullman, and I graduated from IHA. And next year, I plan to go be a political science major at UC Santa Barbara in hopes of one day becoming an environmental lawyer.
Hi, I'm Ryan Murphy. I go to Ramapo High School. I'm going to Syracuse University next year, planning on majoring in computer science. I'm going to focus on data science and data analysis. I'm pretty excited.
Hi, I'm Eva Pervin. I go to Ramapo High School. Next year, I'll be going to the University of Virginia, and I plan on majoring in psychology and hopefully becoming a child psychologist.
Good morning, I am Daniel Murphy. I currently attend Ramapo High School, and next year I will be going to Ramapo College for a 5-year data science degree, like Ryan. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Drew McNamara. I'm from Wyckoff. I go to Ramapo High School. Next year I'll be attending Sacred Heart University and majoring in business.
Hi, I'm Steph Kalgrivov. I go to Ramapo. Next year, I'll be at the University of Maryland studying secondary education in hopes of becoming a middle or high school history teacher. And I just want to thank the Rotary and all the Rotarians and everybody who contributes to be able to make these scholarships possible.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Natalie Fortunato. I go to Ramapo High School and I live in Wyckoff. And next year I will be attending the University of Southern California, majoring in neuroscience.
Hi everyone, my name is Matthew Kahn. I'm going to be attending the University of South Carolina next year for business and hopefully transferring into the international business program.
Hi everyone, my name is Noah Van Vliet. I'm from Midland Park. You probably know my dad, he's a cop in town. So I'm going to be going to Ramapo College with the communications major, focus in journalism, and hopefully pursue a career in sports entertainment.
Hi, my name is Nicole Storr, and I'll be going to Stockton University next year, majoring in education and hoping to be a teacher one day.
Hi, my name is Gabriella Rodzar. I'm from Midland Park High School. I'm going to Penn State University with majoring in criminal justice and focusing on crime scene analysis.
Hi, I'm Sam Padovano. I'm from Midland Park, and I'm going to St. Joseph's University in Philadelphia. I plan on majoring in psychology and minoring in animal studies to hopefully become an animal psychologist.
Well, there you have the class of 2021, and we just want to honor you and congratulate you and family on the receipt of these scholarship awards, and can't wait to hear and see what you guys are going to do. It's exciting to know that this is what this class is able to jump into for future education and just to become a great part of society in about 4 or 5 years. Wow, and they'll go quick. So, okay, you can go sit down, and thank you very much. Okay, that should conclude the program, I think. So let me just check with Russ. Oh yeah, all the award recipients. This is mandatory now. You have to go out to the front, the steps from the parking lot, and they're going to take a group picture of all of you. And yeah, interact and principals included. Okay. He's going to guide you.
Yeah, please follow Mr. Madigan out to the front steps. Thank you very much. Thanks, Gordon. Absolutely. And you know what?
Not too bad. Yeah.
It's moved along nicely. Let me just see this if you. Yeah, want to make sure. Well, at this point, our meeting has officially concluded. We want to thank you for joining us this morning. We want to thank you for the extraordinary job you did with your children and students. It's so impressive. And by the way, go Rams.